Hey there, friends. Welcome back to another VBC Daily3. I'm so glad that you decided to join us today. As you know, when we do our VBC Daily3s together, we read the passage 3 times and then we ask 3 questions of it. What does it say about God? What does it say about us? And what are we going to do about it? And I trust that you've already read the passage 3 times. And our passage today comes from Matthew chapter 23, verses 23 through 28. And you may have been a little bit surprised to read these verses if you're not super familiar with them, is that Jesus is really harsh in his tone with a group of people called the Pharisees and the scribes. And we're going to look into why Jesus was so harsh with them. But first thing we want to ask is, what does it say about God? Well, Jesus is describing what God cares about the most. In fact, what Jesus cares about the most when it comes to people and their righteousness. And so Jesus is saying God cares about the things that start in your heart. You see, God works from the inside out. He cares first about our heart change and then seeing how that affects our behavior. And in fact, Jesus says, you should have cared about the weightier matters of the law, justice and mercy and faithfulness. Those are things that begin in our hearts. And so Jesus is saying you should have cared about the weightier things before you cared about the smaller things. So God, first of all, works from the inside out. Well, what does it say about us? Well, we like to go the opposite way. We like to start with the outside and never really get concerned too much with the inside. And so he's criticizing this group of people because they're caring about, tithing little herbs, and they care about, doing the things on the outside that make themselves look good. And Jesus says, in fact, you're like a tomb where it looks nice and clean on the outside, but inside it's full of dead men's bones, it says in verse 27. And so what we like to do, what these people were doing, and what we often get accused of as well because we're guilty of it, is that we care about the things on the outside that seem religious. Well, I attend church, or, I give to my favorite charity several times a year, or, I've never committed really bad sins like murdering or robbing a grocery store, whatever you want to think of as those outward big sins. We don't care about those. We care about what's on the outside. We don't care about the inner person of the heart. And so that's what it says about us. We like to start on the outside and never really go inside with heart change. Well, what are we to do about it? Well, Jesus says it. He says in verse 26, he says, clean the inside of the cup and plate, that the outside may also be clean. And that's why we go to Jesus. We go to Jesus, we say, Jesus, my heart is full of sin. It's filthy, it's dirty. Would you forgive me? And then would you cleanse me? And that's our challenge for today, is to say, I'm not just here to do the things that outwardly look religious, but I'm actually looking for a heart cleansing. I want to be clean, just like God wants. I want to be cleaned from the inside and then let that come out in my behavior. Have you had your heart clean? When was the last time you confessed your sin to God? When was the last time you asked him to actually give you a clean heart, to wash you clean of the filth that's inside? There's all kinds of attitudes and behaviors that we can exhibit in our hearts that no one else ever sees. Greed, selfishness, anger, lust, idolatry, loving things more than God. What's going on in your heart today that you need to ask God to clean you from the inside out? Well, I hope you'll join us tomorrow as we pray through this passage together. Thanks again so much for joining us, and we hope to see you again.